we are looking for legislative champions, and they do exist on this issue, on behalf of kids and on behalf of workforce and economic development and all the other issues we've been hearing about. To start with, I'd like to welcome to the podium Representative Donna Seidel, who is representing the Marathon County, Wausau area, and she is the Assistant Majority Leader. Donna has a very familiar connection to early childhood issues, having been one herself at one time, and she also is experienced in how to navigate some of these issues through the legislature. So Donna, Representative Seidel, we are interested in hearing your insight on this issue. Representative Seidel.
Well, good morning. I am really happy to be here this morning in a group of so many champions on this issue. It's a real pleasure. I often talk about what a privilege it is for me to serve in the legislature and represent the Wausau area. And today's event is a good example of why that is. I see some very good friends here in the audience, people I have known for many years and who are good friends and who I have just enormous respect for the great work they've done to help kids and families in our communities. And also to let you know that in that group of dedicated professionals is a guy that keeps me laser focused on this issue and what needs to be done. Somebody that has dedicated 4 decades of his work life doing this work. And who many of you know, my husband Andy Benedetto, who works with Children's Service Society. So, obviously everyone here knows the value of what we're talking about today, and you've got even more convincing information presented, so no more singing to the choir. What I'd like to do is just talk about what I think how we can do important work together to get good things accomplished, how we can work to build programs that will mean success for kids, success for our families, and create economic vitality in all of our communities. And it's good to know that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. A lot of good things are already happening around Wisconsin. A lot of significant steps have already been taken to provide good quality programs and also to build infrastructure that will provide more and more of the foundations that additional public-private partnerships will invest in. In my home community of Wausau, we have had more than about 20 years of experience with a top-notch early childhood program that focuses on health, our Start Right program. And here in the Madison community for the past 4 years, there has been good work done to create another top quality program focusing on education, and that is Kinder Ready. These 2 local efforts have been extremely successful and can serve as really terrific models to other communities who want to accomplish the same things. And what they have found, I think, are the key components that have led to their success. They first found that it was essential to find a champion in the private sector. Wausau did that, Marathon County, with the Judd Alexander Foundation. And here in Madison, the CUNA Mutual Foundation stepped up. We know, I'm sure everyone in this room understands that public entities, public systems like our state and county governments and our school districts absolutely must find private groups to partner with to make the necessary investments. In Marathon County, the Alexander Foundation said that they would increase their investment in Start Right if the county's health department increased theirs. That did happen, and when that happened, additional public-private partnerships came on board. The United Way, the County Department of Social Services, and Children's Service Society of Wisconsin. These organizations, these successful programs also, of course, realized that it was critical to find a public entity to also partner with. We know that the public entities can, of course, increase the financial investment. They add leadership talent, and they can help with the delivery of services. They also did not forget the United Ways. They know, like we all know, I'm sure, that the United Ways are simply people coming together to improve the community, and these organizations took advantage and made the most of that. And then finally, they didn't neglect to engage committed people. They realized that they would, by aligning stakeholders, representatives from the public and the private sectors, they were bringing together really interested people who would help create and come up with the important policy decisions for their programs. And that, very briefly, is a lot of the work that many of you out there can do. I think that it's important to hear what I believe I and other lawmakers can do in this initiative. We can advance and promote good public policy, the policies that will make sure that your work is successful. And we can only do that, and we can do it best when we work hand in hand with folks like all of you, people who are experts and leaders and advocates and can help us understand the whole picture and understand what is needed to be done and why. And also, we've heard much about this morning, even in these really very difficult economic times, we must commit to find the necessary state dollars to assist in the funding of these programs. I agree with the Chief, Chief Flynn, it's pay me now or pay me later. Huge return on investment. We have to be committed to the goal of identifying, even though resources are scarce, the important ones that must be committed to this. And because we can't afford not to. We cannot afford to forfeit the social and economic benefits of young people who become successful citizens, who become well-trained in our workforce so that they can have good supporting jobs and contribute to our state. Because if we don't, then we will bear those costs of unsuccessful people who become involved in public assistance programs or the hugely expensive correction system. And if we do those things, then good things will happen. And I think good things can happen with the Young Star Quality Child Care Rating System. It can move Wisconsin significantly forward in a very good direction. And I think we need to continue to do very good things like this event today to inform us, to continue to build relationships, which we accomplished by being here today, very important, and also to help increase the understanding with the latest research and real-world experiences that those of us in the building down the street need to understand to come up with the best public policies. And finally, I would just like to close up with some what I believe is very optimistic information. President Obama recently pledged $10 billion in competitive grants to the states over the next 10 years. And these would be to challenge states to develop innovative, effective early childhood education programs with high standards, focused on outcomes, and built on strong public-private partnerships. And that sounds awfully familiar. It sounds exactly like not only what is being talked about here today, but is what is happening around Wisconsin. So I want to take this opportunity to thank you all very much for all of your tireless efforts, both for your work in the field and for your work raising the awareness of this issue, because I believe because of that, Wisconsin will be very well positioned to receive those federal funds, receive the awards and get a good share of those federal funds. And because of the work that you have been doing and that we can do together, I think we can put those federal dollars to very good use, and it will be money well spent. Thank you very much.